Everyone, it is time to get up and get better. It's Friday.
Get better. Go get it.
Happy Friday, everybody. End of the week, start of the weekend. Doesn't matter. Like I say, every day is a day for you to get better. We're going to start off with this theme song quick, and then you'll guess what we're going to be talking about today. The Office. We're talking about The Office today. I was trying to think of something fun to talk about and the week off on a fun note, and I don't know many people who dislike this show. Clearly, I'm going to be talking about it. It is one of the shows that is probably on my top 10 list for favorite shows, and I've seen it multiple times through. It makes you laugh every single time, no matter where you're watching it, when you're watching it, who you're watching it with, and you're laughing out loud, not just in your head. That's when you know a show's genuinely funny. A lot of inspirational moments. Look, you're going to think I'm stretching here, but I think Michael Scott really is an inspirational character. He's a man who just wants to be there with the people he cares about and have a fun time and do a good job at work because he cares about his work. And yeah, the Office is crazy. You have some of the craziest characters of all time. You have Ryan, you have Kevin, you have Toby, Angela, Pam, so many different personalities. I think that's what made this show so great. We're going to start off with a Michael Scott quote that we'll talk about.
Would I rather be feared or loved? Easy, both. I want people to be afraid of how much they love me.
So I love that because, look, Michael Scott didn't like when people didn't like him. Look, I'm a guy who says all the time, it doesn't matter what people like you, but everyone should respect you. Doesn't matter if people like you, they should respect you. And I think that you should want people to be scared of how much they love you. I think that's a great quote. I mean, who wouldn't want to be loved that much? And for me, it's more of respected that much. And, he thinks so simple, and he thinks in such a simplistic way. But that's what made him so great. That's what made Michael Scott so funny, was because he looked at life through the lens of someone who's not burdened by the everyday crap of life, if you will. I think that a lot of people look through life through that lens, but he didn't. And he looked at life as an opportunity each day to go hang out at the office with people you love. And look, I've always made friends every job I've had. I think that's the best part of going to work, when you have a great coworker. Who doesn't love hanging out with their great coworkers? I can name a bunch off the top of my head that made work bearable every day. Those jobs that you were just doing to get money, and you worked really hard. And yeah, who doesn't love going to the office when you love your job? I think that's a great thing to do. And one of the favorite quotes, I think, of mine from this show is Dwight Schrute saying this.
What is the most inspiring thing I ever said to you?
Don't be an idiot. Changed my life. Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
So Dwight Schrute, you could say almost everything under the sun about him, but he did a good job at his job. He was one of the best. He was the assistant to the regional manager, and then he got promoted. Who doesn't love Dwight Schrute's personality? Yeah, it's a little weird, but he worked hard and makes a great point here. Would an idiot do that? Don't be an idiot. Look, I'm a firm believer in the best way not to make a mistake is don't make them. And yeah, people will say everybody makes mistakes. Don't make the mistake. It's not hard to make the right choice. Doing what's right and doing what's good. It's not hard to do. Doing good is always what's most important. Doing what's right by other people is most important. Don't be an idiot. So, pretty simple there. And then I'm going to talk about Jim. Jim might be my favorite character in the show. I think that his dry sense of humor is laugh out loud funny when he looks at the camera every single time. I think it's funny. I think that Jim is a guy to look at in this show. And same with Pam. Pam, she went after her art dream. Pam went after, she wanted to be an artist, and not many people believed in her, but Michael Scott showed up. I'm going to pull that right here. He came that day, and no one else believed in her, and it only takes one person. Remember, he bought the painting. So, she's a person who constantly went after her dreams. She realized that Roy wasn't who she wanted to be with. She shut him out of her life. And then, of course, Dwight maced him in the office, which I'll play right here, and that was hysterical. So, I think Jim is a guy who knew what he wanted. And knowing what you want is very important, and not letting anyone take that away from you is even more important. And he didn't go the rest of his life wondering what would have happened if he didn't try for Pam. I think that would have killed him inside. And, of course, they have one of the great stories, love stories. But I'm going to play this Jim Halpert quote, which kind of ties in to this.
What do you want?
So, he knew what he wanted. He didn't settle, and he lived the life of his dreams that he wanted. He eventually moved on to working in sports, and that's what he wanted to do. And it's simple, but take a shot, take a risk. There's someone you want to go ask out, go ask them out. I mean, don't wait. You never know when your bell's gonna go off. Don't wait. Go for it. And I'm gonna, I want to throw in this quote real quick. You only live once. False. You live every day. You only die once. Fit everything in between. That's Dwight Schrute. Fit it all in. Live every day. Live every day. It's not that you only live once. You only die once. So don't waste that opportunity. I think that's an interesting look on that outlook of life. And then I'm going to end it with one of those heart-wrenching scenes of The Office. It's real quick. I'm going to play it right here by the one, the only Andy Bernard.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Great point. Great quote. Great thought. I mean, for me personally, recently I've gotten nostalgic about like this time of year. I remember being at college, and those were the good old days. I think that the best days are yet to come, but it's just important to remember. Like, I think about hanging out with my friends at college all the time, and those were great. You got to live in the moment, but live in the moment starting now, because the best days are always yet to come. The best days are always ahead. Live in the moment. Live in the moment like they did in The Office. Always just having fun, being themselves, and, causing antics. Have fun wherever you're working. Every job is important. Every job is worthwhile. But you have to make the most of it no matter where you are. I don't care if you're, the one teaching the kids of America, you're running a business, a CEO, you're in a sports team. It doesn't matter. Make the most out of every job. I used to clean dishes. I used to clean people's silverware at a restaurant. I had a blast. It's a fun job working in a restaurant. I used to clean off tables. I was a busboy. I was a barback. That was my office, and I had a blast with some of the greatest coworkers. Never, ever not recognize that the good old days are now, because every day is a good old day, and the best days are yet to come. Go have a great day at work next week and the rest of today, and have a great weekend, because guess what? It's still an opportunity to go get better. I'll see you next week, everybody.